Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Remake. Last time we took down the Whisper Harbinger in Chapter 18, and we are now about to have our final showdown with Sephiroth. Not sure if we're going to make it first try, but we will give it our best shot. So, I rearranged our equipment because I went back and checked out the video that we had when we played through on normal. So, Sephiroth does fire attacks, and he has basically all of the magic attacks, but so we're gonna take two bets. We're gonna do Fire Elemental on Cloud's armor and hope that he can absorb some fire damage at some point. If we luck out and we get Tifa, then she can absorb some lightning ones. If we get Barret, he's got the full loadout of magic. So, okay, so we're going to start the battle with Cloud on his own. And then eventually we're going to get another party member join in. So we have a 2 out of 3 chance to get a solid panel of magic. And they both have barrier. So at least one character that we get will have a bunch of magic and barrier. And healing and revive. Fingers crossed we get Tifa as one of those. I'm hoping we get Tifa and Aerith because their loadouts are pretty nice. If we get Barret, it's not the end of the world. Because he's set up pretty decently. If we do end up summoning, it'll probably be Bahamut. But because I don't know which characters we're going to get, we're going to make sure that Cloud has the Magnify heal. Just so we can guarantee that we have a Magnify heal. If we get Barrier, Cloud's going to be our tank. This is going to be... It's going to be like a one-on-one duel for a while, so after we get another character, if we get either Barret or Aerith, doesn't matter which one, whenever they come, we're going to want to cast Mana Wall on Cloud because he's going to be tanking all the damage from Sephiroth, and they're just going to kind of linger in the background to help out. But, so we have Steadfast Block, we have, well, Tifa's got Parry because she zips around the screen so fast. But we have Steadfast Block and ATB Stagger on her with some HP ups. I'm not worried about her magic at all. We're focusing on her being a straight damage dealer. We have First Strike on Barret if we get him, so that he can act pretty quickly right off the hop. Aerith doesn't have that, but that's fine. So we do have Steadfast Block on Cloud. I was debating putting an ATB Stagger in place of an HP up, but I don't know that I want to sacrifice the HP. And if we fail, we can always try it again. I think that's going to be it for our setup, though. So we have the Twin Stinger. We'll probably get a chance to try out Counter Stance, because we're going to be countering Sephiroth quite a bit, and we're going to be doing that by means of Punisher mode. Although we can do it alternatively through Counter Stance. If we it doesn't really matter which one. He's got a couple of attacks though that you can't counter with the Punisher mode, so we'll have to like roll out of the way and whatever. But we can deal with those. And if we get hit by them, it's not the end of the world. Barret's got the champion belt, and we're gonna stick him with the light machine gun. That's fine. Same setup as usual. Tifa's going to keep her metal knuckles because her damage output is redonkulous. Absolutely redonkulous. And she's going to keep that champion belt on, and Aerith is going to have that circlet. And we're just going to keep her with the silver staff for that magic overall MP cost reduction. I'm hoping we get her as one of the two characters because that MP savings is phenomenal. But I think that's going to do it for our setup. Now, if you come in here and have a look at Sephiroth, we did do the assess the last time we were in here. So he is resistant to all elements and magic, but the gimmick is, if you remember from the last time we fought him, when you get him into, I believe it's phase 3. Phase 3 or phase 4? I think it's phase 3. He starts using elemental infusions, kind of the same way that Hell House does, and the same way that the Arsenal does. Well, not the same as the Arsenal. It's more closer to how Hell House does it. But so he'll have an elemental infusion. He'll start dealing damage in that element. We hit him with the opposing one, and he gets pressured. So say he gets wind infusion. He's going to be arrow element, and we're going to hit him with lightning. He gets ice infusion. We hit him with fire. He's doing ice attacks, whatever. He gets fire infusion. I don't really care. I'm going to switch to Cloud and just let him heal me over and over. So, but you can see he's immune to poison, silence, sleep, slow, stop, berserk, and proportional damage. Is that proportional damage or is that fixed? Yeah, that is proportional damage. He's resistant to fixed damage, but not immune. So it is what it is. So I think we're going to... I think we're just going to jump right in. Oh, perfect. Really? Ah, we could have dodged it. There we go. Okay, this is the attack. That's his counter stance. If you attack him when he does that, and he will, he will clobber you. Oh.
I see you. Anytime now. Gotcha.
Oh, we missed. There we go. Get that stagger. Okay. Second round. This is going swimmingly so far.
No holding back.
Let's use a braver. Whatever.
Try me.
For me, the planet will claim the weakness within.
Okay, we'll heal up.
Second win. Anytime now. Try me. Enjoy.
Oh, okay, perfect. Let's braver him.
Sorry.
Yeah, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Oh. Oh, are we going to another phase? Oh, we're going to the other platform now. Okay, okay.
Anytime now.
Oh, we missed the dodge. So bad at dodging that.
Enjoy. Try me.
Okay, so let's get a focus thrust here.
Try this.
Another focus thrust. There we go. Get that stagger. Get a braver. Oh, okay, we're switching. This is where we get our first party member. Come on, Aerith. Come on, Aerith. Aerith or Tifa? I don't care which one. One or the other. Just give me one. We're gonna... Oh, okay, perfect. Perfect. We got our damage powerhouse. Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
Good to go.
Now if we can get Aerith for this, I am thrilled. Oh crap, we need to heal. Oh boy.
Great. You need a breather.
You know what? Just use it. Just use it. No. Okay. Okay, we got this. Cure Cloud.
No need to panic.
I got you.
Okay, perfect.
Away. My turn.
Oh, we should have switched to Tifa. She's got the immunity to it. Ah!
Let me handle this.
There we go.
Give him your all.
I've got this.
Seizing the
Clobberum.
There's no escape.
Okay, we're good, we're good. Then this is where we get our third party member, I believe. Come on, Aerith. Give me some magic, give me some magic. Some really, really, really good magic and some really, really, really good MP. Oh, I believe that is an Aerith. It is an Aerith. Oh, game, you know me so well.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, I love that MP pool.
Let's go.
Beg for forgiveness.
Oh, Wind Infusion.
Time now.
Perfection.
Try me. Deal with that.
I'll show you what I can do. It's your turn.
Hang back.
Okay, let's go. Stay back. Let me handle this. I'll take care of them.
Oh, come on, man.
You can do it. Okay, let's go. You ready?
Oh, come on, man.
Let's switch it up.
All set. So it's my turn?
Okay, Shadow Flare, you just run away. That's it. You just run.
You've got this. Okay, let's go. I'll show you what I can do. All set. Good luck.
Of all the times.
Cure Cloud.
Stay strong.
Boundless Void, you just run. Cloud, we're going to do a cure on everybody. We'll target it on Aerith.
Got this.
Beg for forgiveness.
There. Here. How's this?
No. Focus Strike.
Watch yourself. So it's my turn? It's your turn.
Take it over.
Okay, tank that damage, Cloud. Tank that damage. Ah!
I see.
I'll take care of them. Gotcha. That hit.
Ah, come on. There we go.
One more shot.
Ah! There we go. Get that stagger.
That's it.
Let's dance,
Bring
asshole.
it. This one's for you.
All right, phase 4. Ooh, buddy. Whoa, this is where it gets spooky because he can instant kill us all here. So we got to take him out very effectively. Luckily, Aerith and Cloud still have a bunch of MP. Okay, let's switch to Tifa. Ah!
Big blast.
I don't know what element he is. Let's try fire, whatever.
Here we go.
Let's get a braver going.
Shall I give you despair?
Oh. Okay, let's queue up. Let's queue up Aerith's limit break.
Stay strong and carry on.
No holding back.
Get him.
Okay, Cloud. Get a cure. Swap over to Aerith. We'll throw Thunder at him. Swap over to Tifa, and we'll just run away. Aw, come on, man. Stop doing that. Come on, we're almost there. Focus Strike. Aerith, get a Thunder. Swap over to Cloud. Ooh, are we going to get him? Are we going to get him? First try? Let's do a dive kick. Oh, we got him first try! Get wrecked! And Barrett comes in to bring it on home.
Welcome back.
And of course, Mr. Pupper. All right. That is the game down on hard mode.
We can. We can change it. Make it right. Cloud!
Quickly.
Is it bad that Sephiroth was easier than the Arsenal? Sephiroth was easier to take down than the Arsenal. And we did not get very lucky with his elemental output. Like, the fact that he picked an ice infusion twice at a minimum, that kind of sucked, but it could have been worse.
Careful now. That which lies ahead does not yet exist.
Get out of here, man.
Our world will become a part of it one day, but I will not end. Nor will I have you end.
This is...
The edge of creation. Cloud, lend me your strength. Let us defy destiny together.
Man, do I have some questions about the edge of creation. Like, how are they breathing in outer space? How did they teleport millions of years away? Millions of years, millions of light years away. Why is there a random chunk of land out in the open? In just the edge of space.
Not yet. Seven seconds till the end.
And how does he make it back in 7 seconds?
Perhaps. But what will you do with it? Let's see.
I know. I'll warp to the other end of the universe. Wait, let me collect my sword first. Your 7 seconds has passed. If anybody's familiar with the show
Vice
Reboot,
President.
it kind of makes me think of, like, after that happens, you hear like this big booming voice come out of nowhere and be
Mr.
like,
President.
game over. User wins.
That's right.
I don't know if that makes me old, but I used to watch Reboot when I was a kid. It was the coolest show. Ah, those were the days. Goosebumps. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Reboot. Run, little man, run! Hey, we remember you, you white lab coat wearing dudes from Crisis Core. And I'll say again, I'm really excited to see where this goes. Like, where this whole alternate timeline thing goes.
Wait. Was that all of them?
Really, really curious to see how this ties in with the rest of the story. And what other changes and what chain of events that this causes to happen. Because, I mean, if anybody out there's seen the butterfly effect, you know, the saying goes, a butterfly flaps its wings on one side of the world, and on the other side of the world you got a hurricane. So, I mean, you're pulling a dude back who shouldn't have survived, according to the one timeline. You bring him back in another timeline and have that bleed over into another reality. What kind of distortions does that cause? Like, what kind of ripples in space-time does that cause? That is an absolutely wild concept to think about. If you change the fact that one person exists longer than they should have before, how does that ripple out and change everything else? Because literally every other interaction in that universe is different now because he existed. He might interact with somebody who might have otherwise interacted with somebody else at a given time and completely avoided another chain of events. So from that point on, every single interaction that character that survives has could potentially be causing an entire chain of branching universes for each individual action that they're involved in going forward. And for each person that has a different interaction because of that, they spawn another branch of diverging universal timelines. It's an absolutely insane concept, and it takes like the multiverse theory and just blows it up. It's completely insane. So, I mean, like, I guess theoretically you could have any infinite number of possibilities of any number of different outcomes, and any infinite number of timelines could plausibly be true based on the fact that you can now have multiple timelines, and you have fate involved in this, where you have diverging timelines and things that happen that are different in the new timeline that, or one of many potential timelines that is different from the original timeline that was there. So I guess any fan theory at this point as to what could potentially happen next, or what could potentially be canon for the way the timeline thing goes, because they split it off like this, and the fact that you can, it seems like they have the ability to change their timelines and change the outcomes of their futures.
Daddy?
Technically then, any fan theory about anything that happens in this universe could technically be correct. So I'm interested to see how they handle that, because whenever games get into dealing with anything time related, whether it's time travel, timelines, parallel universes, all that kind of stuff, it gets super convoluted, and all of the possibilities are never taken into account because there's too many of them. They only focus on like one or two things, and it's really, really, really streamlined into a specific, really narrow set of circumstances that I could go on about this for like hours and hours and hours, because it's mind-numbingly complicated. Not that it's like a complicated idea. It's just the ramifications of having different timelines and the ability to spawn different futures based on those timelines. It leaves the door open for a lot of possibilities that I don't think they're necessarily prepared to cover from a story perspective. Then again, they could cover a lot of it because they still have 2 full games left to go to complete this entry.
An enemy of hers is an enemy of ours.
And if this is the first part and we spent 80 hours playing through Midgar, I mean, in fairness, we played through it on hard mode too, so we'll say 40 hours for Midgar. That's insane. That's, of the original game, that's a fraction of disc 1. So where is this going to change different things in the story moving forward? And so now that in this timeline Zack appears to still be alive, that means that
We're almost there.
there are an entire set of actions and circumstances that happen in all of the people's lives in Midgar, because Zack exists and has gone back and interacted with them in a time where he would not have interacted with them otherwise. So now, every point of progression in this story would hypothetically be somewhat different, because his interactions with literally anything else can hypothetically affect something else. I mean, we could, there could be a point in the story where, like, you meet somebody at Fort Condor, and I don't know, let's say, I don't remember exactly, but let's say hypothetically you have a person at Fort Condor randomly on your way to Junon for the first time that would give you something, like an item, and this person came from Midgar, and they had left more recently. Well, now that Zach's alive, what happens if Zach had met this guy at a bar and, or like the ruins of Seventh Heaven, whatever, and they get into a spat and Zach knocks this guy out and he goes into a coma and he doesn't show up at Fort Condor to give us the item we need to progress. Well, that's an entirely new set of circumstances caused by the introduction of different diverging timelines and the ability to change the futures of what the original game intended. Not that it's a bad thing. It's just, hopefully that explanation kind of goes to my point where that I'm trying to get across. They may end up very needlessly complicating this thing to the point of absurdity. And I hope that doesn't happen, because it's very easy to do when you start getting into tinkering with time issues. And that's why I very much prefer games to don't tinker with time issues. Don't have time travel. Don't travel into the future. Don't go back in time. Don't have like diverging timelines. It way complicates things. And in order to properly explain it, you would need like an entire game just to do that. To go over how the mechanics of that particular time wrinkle affects everything in that universe. And it's way too much. But so what we're going to do right now, we're going to come in here and we're going to top off Aerith's weapons now that I've got my my time travel rant out of the way. So there's number 1. And 2. Wow, I am still absolutely thrilled at how well that fight with Sephiroth went. I was definitely dreading it based on how it went the first time we played through, but the difference that material loadouts and a little bit of planning can do, it just, wow. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Okay, so we'll get that. All right, one more. One more. And there it is. So we go back to our beginning. Cloud is all maxed out. Tifa's all maxed out. Aerith is all maxed out. Barrett's all maxed out. Life is good. We have all our battle intels, not all the enemy intels. We got our fancy pants equipment there. So I think for the purpose of this, and we'll just go through here just to show. We got all of the manuscripts, all of the music discs, all the way through the entire game. We cleared every chapter on hard mode after our initial playthrough on easy. Let's check out our play log. Yeah, we have one more combat simulator challenge to complete. 2 weapon abilities to learn, but you know what? I'm not really too worried about it. It's counter stance, and the other one is it's that one that's on Barrett's EKG cannon. But we got all 56 manuscripts, all 31 music discs. I don't care about the dresses at all. Chapter 14 resolutions. I don't even know what that is. But I think for now, for the purpose of what we're doing here, I think after 82 and a half hours, we'll go ahead and call it a playthrough. Beat normal, beat hard. I would throw in one more video to kind of go over the fight with Vice, but I know I am nowhere near ready to take that on right now. So I think what I'll do is we'll call this a playthrough now, and I will tinker with this and get a little bit better at Cloud's mechanics, because I know that's going to be a factor, because I see a lot of parallels from the first time I tried to fight with him with what we just dealt with Sephiroth. but it's on like a whole other level. And I think it's going to take me a bit to grind that out to get to the point where I'm actually going to be able to do it. So we'll call this a playthrough, and then I will post a video at some point in the coming weeks. So we'll be like well into playing something else. Whatever it is when that time comes around. But you'll see one more video pop up for this where we actually go through and clear out that challenge just to say we did it. Because like it's not going to be 100% completion for the game based on the play log, unless I want to go through and get like the rest of the enemy assess things and the enemy skills. I know where one of them is. We have to learn bad breath from the Marlboro, but I mean whatever. I really don't feel the need to go back and get the dresses or the chapter 14 resolutions, because I feel like that's just, you have to go back and manipulate things in different chapters, and it feels like it's a time sink for really not any payoff other than like a trophy. But I don't know about you guys, but I had an absolute blast playing this game. Holy crap, was it fun. Absolutely like thrilling, engaging, and it was an absolute blast all the way through normal mode when we were first like experiencing the story for the first time, and then playing through on hard mode, all the different little wrinkles that they throw in there, like no MP restoration, no item use. The difference in tactics playing on hard mode after you do a normal playthrough is like, it's almost like playing an entirely different game, except you're familiar with the story. It's almost like playing this on hard after playing through normal is almost like coming into this game on normal after playing the original Final Fantasy VII on PS1. I guess that's kind of the closest parallel I could give it. Because it's a familiar game, it's a familiar story, but it's just different enough that it feels completely new. And it's weird to think that a hard mode of a game could make that exact same game feel completely new, but that's what this hard mode did. Because of the wrinkles, you have to approach everything pretty much in like a very, very different way. And I think it was awesome because you're getting one game, one storyline, and you're getting two entirely different playthroughs with mostly, I would say, many, many different strategies. Because on normal, you can just use MP whatever, just kind of willy-nilly, as long as you have an ether or whatever to restore it. And if you can find a bench, so much the better. You just sit down, have a think, and all your MP's back. But that's enough rambling from me. Hopefully everybody enjoyed watching this. If you haven't seen the whole thing and this is the first video you're tuning into and you managed to stick to this particular point for whatever reason, make sure you head back into the playlist. I have all of the videos sequentially in order in the playlist, so you can start at the beginning of the playlist and it plays all the way through. All 82 and a half glorious hours of it. But yeah. Hopefully everybody enjoyed. And if you like this video and you like this playthrough, make sure you hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos and playthroughs like these, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And until next time, in the next game, whatever it may be, whatever it is at the time, which I think you may already have an idea by now because it's kind of already up on the channel, but I want to sprinkle in things in the background. But until next time, thanks for watching.